Whether it's power-grabbing attempts at global domination, trying to bring down governments, steal NASA information, or just commit credit card fraud, no one can deny the power hackers hold in the world. Today we're bringing you the top most dangerous hackers in history. Let's get started. Number 10. Gary McKinnon. "Your security is crap" is a message Gary McKinnon left when he hacked the United States Army Military District of Washington network. So, kicking off our list is Gary McKinnon, who is responsible for the biggest military computer hack of all time. Several computer hacks of the same multitude and even more dangerous have occurred since then, and those are coming up next, so keep watching. But McKinnon's case is still remarkable, if only because he did it to search for evidence of UFO activity. From the house of his girlfriend's aunt, using the name Solo, McKinnon was able to hack into 97 United States military and NASA computers over 13 months. He deleted critical files from operating systems, which caused 2,000 computers to be shut down for 24 hours. The cost of tracking and fixing the problems he caused was over $700,000. Number 9. Kevin Mitnick. Next up is Kevin Mitnick. What's so dangerous about Kevin Mitnick is his potential to hack governments. And what's stopping him is nothing, as he's supposedly on the good side of hacking now. From a young age, Mitnick was a capable hacker. At the age of 13, he hacked the Los Angeles bus system to ride for free. But his notoriety as a dangerous hacker started in 1982 when he hacked the North American Defense Command. This, by the way, inspired the 1983 movie War Games. Following this, in 1989, he hacked Digital Equipment Corporation, DEC network, in order to make copies of their software. At the time, DEC was a lead computer manufacturer. He was arrested and sent to prison. And during his conditional release, he hacked Pacific Bell's voicemail systems. The thing is, throughout his career, he never exploited the data and access he had. At one point, when he obtained full control of Pacific Bell's network, he did it to prove it could be done. Number 8. Evgeny Bogachev. It's rare that a cybercriminal of Evgeny Bogachov's skill ever gets discovered. And to be clear, he's still at large. Bogachev is a hacker who designed a botnet that infected millions of computers worldwide with ransomware and stole all the data on their systems. It's estimated that this caused over $100 million in damage and earned Bogachev a fat paycheck and the attention of the Russian government. His crimes also got him on the FBI's notice, who offered a $3 million prize, the biggest prize ever posted on a cybercriminal, to anyone who brings him to justice. However, it's suspected that he's working with the Russian government, which allows him to openly live in luxury in Anapa, a resort town on the Black Sea with several luxury cars and a private yacht. Number 7. Alexey Belan. Alexey Belan is a Latvian and Russian hacker on the FBI's list of most wanted criminals. At 33 years old, he's one of the most famous names in hacker circles under the moniker of M4G. Besides running a popular blog on hacking, Belan hacked video game servers, a cloud computing supplier in Israel, and websites devoted to ICQ communications, and he also sold people's private data online. By 2012, he was officially a wanted criminal, and from 2013 to 2016, he targeted e-commerce websites in California and Nevada. He hacked and stole data from a staggering number of 700 million accounts, 500 which were from Yahoo. He's also the hacker responsible for the 2014 hack that resulted in over 500 million accounts leaked. Number 6. Albert Gonzalez. During Albert Gonzalez's sentence in 2015, the federal prosecutor called Gonzalez's human victimization unparalleled. So meet Albert Gonzalez, or Soup Nazi. A long way from being dubbed as a troubled pack leader of computer nerds in high school, he became one of the best hackers and moderators on the criminal commerce site shadowcrew.com. By the age of 22, he sold data from millions of card accounts and was arrested for debit card fraud. To escape jail, he made a deal to become an informant for the Secret Service to help indict dozens of Shadow Crew members. However, that doesn't mean he stopped or even slowed down his criminal activities. With the help of a group of accomplices, he was able to steal over 180 million card accounts from companies such as Dave & Buster's, the Boston Market, and OfficeMax. In 2005, he targeted U.S. retailer TJX in the first serial data breach of credit information, stealing over $260 million. Number 5. Matthew Bevan and Richard Price. Nearly starting a third world war are what these upcoming hackers did. Gary McKinnon's style, in search of answers for UFO theories, is a team of British hackers who hacked into several military networks in 1996. Among them are Matthew Bevan and Richard Price, who were able to hack into Korean Atomic Research Institute, Griffiths Air Force Base, the Defense Information System Agency, and more. When Bevan and Price dumped Korean Atomic Research Institute research onto American military systems, they nearly started World War III. In defense of their actions, they said that they were looking to prove a UFO conspiracy theory. In the end, they proved that even military networks are vulnerable. Number 4. Jonathan James. In 1999, 15-year-old Jonathan James penetrated the U.S. Department of Defense Division and installed a backdoor on its server, which allowed him access to thousands of internal, critical emails from different government organizations, including emails that contained username and passwords. Using the stolen information, he was able to steal NASA software that cost the agency $41,000 as their systems were shut down for 3 weeks. According to NASA, this software was worth over $1.7 million, and it supported the International Space Station's physical environment, including control of the temperature and humidity within the living space. Because he was so young, he received a light sentence, but he earned a spot in the Hackers Hall of Fame by being the youngest person to be convicted of violating cybercrime laws. Number 3. Anonymous. A chaotically good hacktivist group, or just cyber terrorists? At number 3, we have the Anonymous movement, which has committed a plethora of cyber attacks against a multitude of governments, invitations, agencies, corporations, and the Church of Scientology. Anonymous members, who are known as Anons, are recognized by the Guy Fawkes masks from V for Vendetta. In 2008, their hacking involved Project Canology, which was a series of protests, hacks, and pranks targeted at the Church of Scientology. They then moved on into international hacking. They would target government agencies of the US, Israel, Uganda, Tunisia, the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, the Westboro Baptist Church, copy protection agencies, and child pornography sites. Corporations such as Sony, MasterCard, Visa, and PayPal were also some of their targets. Together, you can call them freedom fighters or digital Robin Hoods, or you think of them as cyber terrorists. No one can deny the dramatic influence Anonymous holds. In 2012, they were among Time's 100 most influential people in the world. Number 2. Fancy Bear. Fancy Bear isn't just one dangerous, but an entire group of cybercriminals who are responsible for some of the most high-profile hacks of the decade. Associated with the Russian Military Intelligence Agency, GRU, Fancy Bear has targeted several governmental, military, and security organizations. They're thought to be responsible for cyber attacks on the White House, NATO, the German and Norwegian parliaments, the French TV station TV5 Monde, the Democratic National Committee, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, the campaign of French presidential candidate Emmanuel Macron, and more. They've threatened anti-Kremlin journalists and protesters, made death threats to U.S. Army personnel's wives, disabled 20% of the Ukraine's artillery using a corrupted app, and overall done extensive damage to the German, French, and Ukrainian elections. The scary thing is at the end of the day, Fancy Bear almost never takes credit for their disruptive work. Number 1. The Machete Group. And coming in at number 1 and stealing gigabytes of information each week is the Machete Group, which has been active since at least 2010. The Machete Group is a South American-based hacking group that mainly hacks targets across Latin America. The scariest thing about them is that we're lucky to have ever caught them in the first place. They were discovered in 2014, but it's believed they've been stealing information, spreading malware, and ruling over a cybercrime scene in Venezuela for a long time. Victims of the Machete include Ecuador, Colombia, and Nicaragua. The Venezuelan army seems to be their main target, as they've stolen critical information, such as files describing navigation routes and positioning using military grids. And these are all the dangerous hackers we have for you today. What'd you think of them? Do you think some of them deserve to be called cyber terrorists? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and before you go, if you'd like to see more videos like this, subscribe to Weeklypedia and click that notification bell to be alerted when we upload new videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.